with Miss
Valkyrie of the Frag Dolls.
Okay, and your name is?
Amy Brady.
The Frag Dolls have always been a very big presence when it comes to the girl gaming scene. Can you just give us a little bit of history? How did the Frag Dolls come to be?
Sure. Back in 2004, basically, Ubisoft saw an opportunity in that PMS clan was doing a lot of stuff. There were a lot of attention around female teams because they were such a minority, especially around that time. So they thought, why don't we put together a hardcore group of girl gamers that helps market and promote our games, that play games, that are passionate, can speak on a peer-to-peer level with the other gamers, and utilize them to sell our games versus a brand manager who doesn't know how to speak to another gamer.
Yeah. I was able to get some stats on you guys. You guys have over 1 million Twitter followers.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty big.
Yeah.
And I know that Frag Dolls really just started out, it seemed as though a few select girl gamers initially was that kind of how the process happened? And now it just seems like it's grown into this big...
It hasn't. So a lot of people get confused about our cadet program, which is our internship program. Frag Dolls has never had more than 9 Frag Dolls at a time. So it's always a small group of women that are actual Frag Dolls. However, we felt it was our duty as females and, trying to get other women want to get in the industry so bad. And as minorities, they always need that kind of help. So we kind of felt it was our duty to try to put an internship type program where we teach them some marketing promotions tools, help get them industry experience, play with them online, have them play games, to have a fun community type support system for them. So that's how the cadets came to be, but they're not official employees of Ubisoft or Frag Dolls.
Okay. It seems like you guys are almost at any, and if not every esport event, it seems.
Well, our core function in the company, of course, is to demo and play and help people play and learn about our games. But we're real gamers, so we play a lot of games. We do a lot of stuff online all the time. But definitely the event presence is the biggest thing. And then, of course, we're looking to compete again, which has been for years since we competed.
Oh, nice.
Since, like MLG 2008 was the last time, or something like that.
So that was my next question. I wanted to ask, because I know you guys did compete, and then it just seemed like maybe it slowed down. You guys
it wasn't that we just slowed down. If you've noticed, we haven't had a first-person shooter in about 4 to 5 years.
Agreed.
So if we're going to be support, so Ubisoft will, they'll support us to play, but we always hold off for like a Ubisoft first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Then we'll get full support from the company so that we can sit there and focus all of our time on it, becoming and honing our skills on it. So now we had a bunch of first-person shooters come out. So we chose Shoot Mania, which has already been announced in IPL. So, and hopefully other pro leagues. So we're hoping on that and banking on that, but we already know it's in at least one pro league, so you'll see us competing on that.
Yeah. A little comparable to some Counter-Strike, a little comparable to some more like Quake, from what we've been hearing. What have you guys been hearing as far as what people will compare it to? Do you see a lot of transference between other gaming communities towards Shootmania?
Well, of course, the movement is very fast-paced that you would find in like a Quake, Unreal type environment. So, and it's futuristic like an Unreal type environment too. So I definitely think you see a lot of similarities. It is outside in a fantasy world, which is a little bit different what you would find before. Definitely very fast-paced, but the modes and everything are really unique. You don't have like power-ups yet. We're still in beta. Who knows what they're going to add? But right now, they're trying to keep everything very equal as possible with equal weapons and stuff. Definitely, it's very unique. NASTi will also release its developer tools, knowing that the community is going to create the best maps and mods for it. So now, the users are creating some of the biggest stuff used. So I have a feeling even by January, that thing's going to develop like into something I don't even know. So
we're talking developer tools for like casting, for commentating, very similar to what we were seeing with Firefall, I believe. I know they came out with Red 5 Studios, they came out with a specific interface, almost not similar, but comparable to what Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is doing with their interface. So
in Shoot Mania Storm, it was designed ground up for the esports market. So everything that's been done about it is for esports. So from the spectating, eventually you'll be able to import logos, team logos, and and sponsor logos into the backs, into the bases of the
kind of like Dota 2.
Yeah, there's so much that you can't even go into all that you'll be able to do, but everything about it is designed to be on the pros, in the esports, on the pro scene. So everything about it, and they're going to continue to add that. They're getting all the feedback from the pro players that are on it right now. They're putting all their money, all their support into making it a high-end competitive game.
Are you guys considering getting a Halo team, a Black Ops 2 team?
Considering hitting Halo. A lot of us on the team played Halo and we're primary. It's a hard balance though, because once you pick a game that you're competing on, like for me, Halo birthed me, but I love Shootmania. I'm going Shootmania. And it's also coming, you know, like, I'm going that. But then, like, Siren on the team, she's hardcore Halo. She'll probably be putting a Halo team together. But it's going to kill me that I can't be a part of that team, too.
But it almost seems like each Frag Doll kind of has unique characteristics to them. Like you were saying, she plays Halo, so maybe she'll be the captain of a Halo team. Maybe you have another Frag Doll. Is that kind of...
Well, I mean, we take our casting call very seriously. It's not just about, you know, like, looks or anything at all. I mean, it is in terms of individual looks. Like, you got to have some spark, some speciality, but we definitely look to diversify our team no matter what. Like, we have to have the different skills, the different gaming backgrounds. You know, we have, you know, our card master pretty much that is amazing at card games.
Yeah.
I mean, do we hire them specifically because of that? No, it's just bonuses to have the diversity. We definitely don't want a bunch of Halo girls all on the team. We definitely don't want a bunch of League girls, just all League. But you got to be able, especially even with our brands, it's always important that we're able to have the experience and the backgrounds to be able to support anything that comes up. But not just that, you know, we play a lot of other games and we do a lot of community events on different games, not just Ubisoft. Like, that love and passion transcends, and it just kind of always rubs off on each other. So I think most of us play a lot of different games. None of us just play one game, I'll tell you that, unless we're competing. That's when you see me only once. So Shoot Mania will be my only game. But you'll still see me offline for like a week playing an RPG or something, you know, trying to beat it when it comes out.
So Frag Doll seeming like a little bit of rainbow sherbet, not just straight vanilla or chocolate. You guys are diversifying. You guys do have rich culture with Frag Dolls. I mean, I don't know anyone here that's at MLG or at any esport event that probably has not heard of Frag Dolls. I
don't know. We've been around forever. Hopefully we made our mark. I definitely think that the female gaming community, which is, of course, the most important to us, knows who we are and we're out there. And that's for me. Not all of us agree with that statement, but because we're all different, right?
Of course.
Yeah, no, we've been around forever. We also completed on MLG. It's been a while. I see a lot of new faces I don't recognize, but I think most people have been exposed to us in some way or another. And we do a lot of community online events, so a lot of people know us online.
Again, Frag Dolls definitely being in a unique position with your guys' following, with your fan base, that if you guys were to get back in esports, you guys could almost be the Noah's Ark, so to speak, the kind of rocket ship to really spread and really publicize so much awareness for esports for girl gamers.
We most certainly have a, you know, I would guess a much larger voice than any other females in the esports because of what we are. Once again, we've been around 8 years. We're all
the veterans.
Yes, and we've competed for 3 of those 8 years on the pro teams. We were the first female team to take a first place placement at CPL 2008 when we took Rainbow, taking out the #1 online team. That was the first Rainbow tournament. So they had no LAN experience, and we did, and we slaughtered them.
Woo!
You know, so that was, you know, kind of where we made our mark, that introed. But I mean, we definitely take having a voice very seriously. We definitely have an opportunity that I don't have. We have Ubisoft's backing and support. You know, we also have all the networks that we've built throughout the years. So, but not only do we have that opportunity, we try to give that opportunity to others. So that's like what the internships that we do. I can't tell you how many of our, you know, cadets have gotten jobs in the industry. So we kind of use it as a networking tool for everyone too.
Okay, Rainbow Six Patriots. I know. Now.
I'm not saying a word.
Okay. So maybe I can just comment.
I do hope you know that Rainbow's my game. That's what I competed on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm psycho. All the pro teams asked me to be part of their team.
Yeah. Okay. Because I used to play competitive Rainbow. Vegas won.
I'm the best pro Rainbow player there is. I don't care.
Balls deep.
What team were you on?
Well, I can't even remember, but I was playing Black Arrow. I was playing Vegas 1 and Vegas 2 competitively back in the day, especially when they were running the online qualifiers for MLG.
Yeah.
And I know they had, I think, Vegas 1 and Vegas 2 here for 2 years at least for LAN. And obviously they fell off. People are waiting for Vegas 3 to come out. Now Patriots gets announced, and I just want to say something. I want to comment on something because this is an article that was in Game Informer, and I'm sure you know this. I love the idea about how they're using their sand table.
I know nothing about Rainbow. I can speak nothing about Rainbow.
Okay.
There's nothing I know.
Okay. Well, I can tell you this because this was officially printed. I just want to get your comment, your feedback on it.
I can't give any feedback or comment on Rainbow.
You can't at all?
Yeah.
You can't be like,
I can either deny anything. I have approval to speak nothing upon that game other than I cannot wait for it. I love Rainbow. I'm psychotic Rainbow.
Okay.
And yeah, I will get myself in major trouble.
Those damn NDAs?
Yes. Damn it when you work for a company and you can't talk about what you love. But
because
I get to play it before you do.
That's so rude. This interview might be over soon. Okay, so minor stereotypes that unless girl gamers are teaming with guys, they might not have the best chances to place well.
That's not a stereotype. It's actually very true. I compete
Okay.
only with the female team for a reason, because I believe, as long as a female team can, beat out half of it, do well, not place last, that they're doing us a service. But when you look, it's a numbers game. So when you have hundreds of thousands of one group and thousands of one group, obviously to put a team of people together when you're already limited to be equal to a team of all these hundreds of thousands, it's almost virtually numerically impossible. So you can have females of the same caliber level as the top pros, but to get them on one team together is the issue. And it's so hard. It's so hard to find people. You got to have the equal mentality, the equal competitive skill level, the equal commitment level.
Time put in?
The time put in, yeah. Like, I know I'm psychotic to be a teammate with. Some people will not team with me. But you know what? If they don't want to team with me because I'm psychotic, then they're not a teammate for me. I demand ultimate, commitment and perfection.
Korean status.
Exactly. Woo. And that's why the Koreans are at the top. That's actually a perfect example. It's not that they're better. It's not that they're inherently smarter or anything. They sit there and train. They're trained educationally. They're trained, on everything, anything, sports, whatever they're doing, they train all day, all long. They really don't have much of an outside exposure to anything. Or some people would say much of a life. They think, but they deserve it. It's all about training. They put in the time, and that's why they're better. It's not that they're born that way, or it's only cultural because they're trained.
I got you. It's not like they're Michael Jordan's spawn or anything like that.
No.
That just got shipped over to China in some frozen egg baskets.
I mean, obviously, I think some people are born with inherently better skills, but anybody can train to a level like that.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Almost anyone.
What MLG event number is this for you?
Oh God, I don't know. The first 5 years of MLG, I was at like every single one of them. Hundreds.
Okay, and how has the experience grown from when you first started coming here to now?
Completely changed. I mean, I'm in the first year.
Any funny stories?
None that I could probably repeat.
Anonymously?
But I got a lot of opportunities for the second year of MLG is when MTV came and casted for a lot of stuff. That is actually what opened the doors a lot for me. ended up getting the MTV reveal show. I got to co-host the CPL World Finals, the last one with Fatality and Vu. And then it just opened the doors. It helped me. Well, I was already a Frag Doll, I guess, but I can be.
Everyone already knew you. They didn't do anything.
That got MTV out there. Yeah. PMS.
That's right, better recognize.
I'm also the founder of PMS Clan as well, so thousands of females.
Is there any new hot stuff or details, or maybe any sneak peeks or those announcements that maybe you can give us?
Come on, you know that we don't give that out. If we do, it comes out on our media.
Okay.
I'm trained well. You got to hit one of the new girls up, see if they fall for that.
Oh.
I doubt they will.
I mean, the announcement for announcement usually gets people because it's always usually anonymous anyways for those things. It's like, yeah, there's like this kind of cool new product that we have.
My job, I don't want to get fired, and you
Gotcha.
fires people.
They seem pretty ball serious.
Any company would in the game industry. That's all important stuff. It's all part of the marketing. They time every release information that you can have. That's the way it is. Because the release information is always so crucial.
Yeah, because sometimes it coincides with other events, or other promos, or other campaigns and gigs. When it comes to girl gamer representation in the esports scene, is there like an application for how you guys go about, or better yet, are there standards and guidelines that you hold your cadets to, or you hold your Frag Dolls to?
We have a huge cadet book that goes over proper behavior, attire, proper form, our online etiquette. We have very strict requirements of what, people do. I mean, we're not crazy. We want you to have fun and live your life, but
just no nude pics.
They are automatically an extension of us, and even though they're not employees, they become a representation of Ubisoft too, and that's when you're a representation of something, that's taken very seriously. And I wish some of the pro gamers realize that too. They become a representation of pro gaming, and they need to recognize that they are right there automatically presented as role models and stuff too. And I think players should take that seriously.
Could you give us some examples of maybe?
What is wrong with you?
I keep firing these shots.
Right now.
But so let's switch gears then a little.
I just said big pro gaming look good and professional, and you want me to trash someone? No.
Well, maybe not trash, but it's just that there's certain habits, right, that some gamers have or professional athletes have, and maybe they just don't do the best job. I'm not saying they do a bad job, but maybe they just don't do as much as they could be doing for the scene. Okay, never mind. Dang it. Okay, so.
Do you get people with that?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. There's a lot.
I don't know what someone's saying.
Well, the best thing is you can just ask and maybe try and come back to it a couple questions later and see if they might do something with it.
Definitely trying hard.
At the end of the day, you really only see pro players or pro teams really getting that limelight and spotlight. When you look at kind of a, I guess maybe a small time kind of newer production like what we're doing, do you like the idea of amateurs and spectators and fans getting more of that spotlight? Maybe not more, not like a majority, but including them in a lot of that content?
Before I even talk about the players, I'd like to see better representation of the games, more diversification, more representation on the console and the PC side. That's the one thing with the involvement, like, you know, especially like, I just want to see an equal representation. I know it costs a lot of money to get a game in, but the big games, like any game with a big following, should be at a pro event, I think, on any system. Like if they have a big enough community.
Any game examples?
Yeah, like Call of Duty, you know, any of the big ones that aren't on there. The reason why usually games aren't on is, you know, there's many reasons how they...
Viewership,
which no, but that's what I'm saying. If you have a big community, you can get that. So, I mean, a lot of times the publishers are trying to put money in to develop the community, make it more like esports, getting the community involved. It's a hard thing for a new IP, but I just like to see like PlayStation, Xbox, and, you know, PC, like all the big titles.
I gotcha.
I'd love to see that before we even talk about like the player profile. I want to see a better diversification and showcase of the games themselves.
Okay. I like that. So maybe like some console RTS games, an example for that. Something that you really don't see.
Big boys. I'm talking any big boy. Okay. Anyone that's big enough should be there.
Like where's WoW at?
Yeah, they had it here. It used to get, or they've had it before in circuits, and it was treated like an ugly redheaded stepchild, like a lot of games are. And I don't like that. I just would like to see some equal stage representation as for all games, as well as the inclusion of more games and platforms.
Yeah. It seems like Halo, at least here, regardless of not having chairs, they got like their own sport going on. It's called organized sitting.
Yeah, they definitely maintain their little stage area pretty well.
Any shout outs, plug-in sponsors, anything?
Nope. You can visit the Frag Dolls. You guys want to find out more about us, or if you haven't tuned in for us for a while, it's www.fragdolls.com.
Awesome. Once again, Amy, thank you so much. I appreciate the time, and good luck to you this weekend.
Have a good one.
Thanks. We just got done interviewing Amy. Really awesome opportunity to get an interview with the Frag Dolls. I appreciate it. So much great information that she was able to give us. Of course, tried to grill her on some questions, or just ask some harder questions, because there's always, once again, no harm in asking. We would like to get some of these harder questions answered. Outside of that, though, once again, it was awesome to get an interview from her. I appreciate it. Shout out to the Frag Dolls. I can't wait to see Frag Dolls coming back into the esports scene as they once were, and being as big as they were at that time, too, as well. Going to be looking forward to it, and hopefully more girl gamer growth in the community as well. Once again, I'm JBNS here at MLG Dallas 2012, the Fall Championships. We'll come and tune back in with you guys in a bit.